Hey everyone, Michelle here from Scrappy Soul Sister. I had a request to do more of a step-by-step tutorial on how I did this details cut file on my layout. So here we go. So I'm just at the mat on Cricut Design Space, and I have gone to upload, and I am going to go ahead and go to upload image and to browse. And then this is how I have organized my cut files on my computer. I usually do it according to what topic I usually would look for when I am searching for a cut file to use. And then I have all my pear tree cut files together in one file as I do keep those organized according to uh, my design team work. And so you go to whatever cut file it is that you're going to be using and click on the edge icon for that cut file. Um, and I'm just showing you the adventure as it doesn't allow me to scroll with the editing or the video recording um, software that I used. But as you can see here, I am uploading the details, and I'm going to go ahead and close that window so it takes up my full screen. And I am going to go ahead and make sure it's all selected and then right click and duplicate. I'm going to hide one of my layers and then select all on the other, which you can do either by clicking on it or the select all above. Then I'm going to go to my contour tool and hit hide all contours. So if you do that, you see this is what you would get. Everything would be hidden. But since I want some of my words to show, I'm going to go back into contours and I'm going to start eliminating some of the gaps in between the letters. So you can do that either by clicking on the actual gap, or you can use the shapes on the right of the screen to click out of those gaps. Now, as you can see, my D and my A were still solid, and you can leave them solid. I did on my um, cut file, or you can go and select and hollow out those parts of the letters. Now it's going to ask if you want to save project. That's what this looks like. I rarely save my projects because I usually am a one and done. Now I am going to cut both my outline and my solid out of the same paper. So I'm going to make sure both of those are checked so they both appear on my mat. And so if I was to cut it, this is what it would look like. And so after I have done that, I'm going to go back to my workspace. I'm going to hide my outline again. I'm going to select all for my solid piece there. And if I was able to, if it would let me, I would ungroup it at this point and then go and select different colors for each layer or each letter. And that would allow me to just go through and cut it all at once with several different mats. But it's not letting me ungroup. And so I am going back. I am selecting the letter that I want, and I am um, go ahead and shadowing out the one on top so it is just my letter. And so at that point, I would go ahead and hit make. Oh, I forgot to hollow out my D. And like I said, it's up to you. Like, there's lots of times I forget to do it and I just go with it because I have my white outline that will show that hollowed out piece. But so I'm going to hit select all again. I'm going to go back to contour. I am going to choose my next letter and take care of erasing the D again. And then I am just going to do that for each and every letter as I am cutting them out of all different uh, colors of paper. So I do that with my E. And I think you're probably getting the gist of it at this point. And so I show you the T, and then that is about it. So let's go on to the actual layout and how I adhere everything together. All right, so I have all my pieces cut out. I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun to adhere the outline to the solid piece. Now, you actually, you might have realized at this point, you don't actually need the outline if you because they're both the same color. Um, but it helps me just make sure all my letters are in the right direction and it keeps them from being crooked, etc. So I do choose to use the outline when I do this type of cut file. I use a variety of sizes of foam tape. I have the thinner ones that I use for thinner letters and parts of the letters. For the rest of them, I use a thicker one. And sometimes, like you'll see with the D, I just use a couple of big pieces. On this cup file, I was kind of thinking about, do I want some of them to lay flat and inset into the cup file and some of them raised? Um, but I decided just to raise all of my letters. I liked how that looked. So yeah, that is basically how I created this. And so if you have any other questions or if there's ever any cut files that I do that you're curious, okay, let's do a deep dive and see step by step how it was made. I am happy to do it. So just drop me a note in the comments and I can put that together for you. Um, yeah, so I think that I am getting close to being done. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me on my channel. And um, I will see you on one of my next videos. Thank you, everyone.